Good morning, afternoon and evening, my crazies. My name's Angela, I'm the Crazy Poppy Lady, and welcome to today's Whips, Bits and Chat. Come on, let's go and see what I got for you this week. So let's start off really simply with our video roundup for this week. I might as well get it done, dusted and over and done with. So that means you can just listen along if you haven't had a chance to view the videos I'm about to speak to you about. Now, the first video that went up this week was a book review, and it was Classic Christmas Crochet by Heidi B and a couple of other people. It's all written on the description, and the link of course will be in the I button or in the description box down below. The next review that came up was for a product review, which was the Fun Pack Mega from Spotlight Australia stores. That's this one here. Have I done anything with it? Nope. So check out that video and find out why. And it's not just because I'm too lazy to use it. And the last video that went up this week was a Throwback Friday. Now, for any of my newer crazies that have just come in, oh, by the way, if you're subscribed, you is a crazy. For any of you gorgeous crazies, the throwback, please remember, is a brilliant way of me showing you some really old videos from way back when the channel first started. It saves you having to trawl through all of the old videos. It just means you can play the playback list at your, of course, your leisure, and then just click on the links to the other videos that are contained within if you like the sound of them. And remember, that also includes tutorials. Yes, there is a whole playlist, but you never know what you're going to spot on one of my old Whips, Bits and Chat, or of course the throwbacks. Either one of those, I normally will have links in the description box down below of that video to show to take you through to the different patterns and things that I'm speaking about within it. So it's always good to check that description box out, because you never know what secrets it's hiding. And that's it for me videos this week. There was only the 3, but I thought, well, do you know what, it's not worth I haven't got the time really to be kicking out 4 or 5 videos a week. So I do what I can and when the mood takes me, or should I say when I'm in a happy mood, not a right grumpy bum. Talking of being a grumpy bum, oof, my crochet has made me grumpy this week. I started off thinking, oh, I'll carry on with my top that none of you knew about until now. I didn't carry on with it. I looked at my pattern design and went, I still can't decide. So I'm in the process of designing a new top, but I'm having a little bit of an issue on how I want the top section to go. So until I work that little bit out, you won't get to see it, I'm sorry to say, but I will show it to you as soon as it is pretty much finished, and that way of course I know it works and I won't be teasing you with a pattern that of course won't work. Now the next thing I did was I sat there and punished myself because of course I didn't carry on with that top. So I made 20 poppies. It's a punishment, okay? That is punishment for me. Another 20 poppies because I'm trying to use up the yarn that I took with me to Australia so that they can go up and sit in the loft and air out, basically, just to make sure there's nothing fun and interesting hanging on them, because of course a few of them were done on the aeroplane, and we all know what germ infested cages they are. Or should I say germ infested flying sardine cans. Sorry to anybody that's about to get in an aeroplane. Oops. Yeah, so I did that. And then earlier on in the week I got a message on a really old video. Really old. So on Monday I get a message from Tigger. Yeah, I've read that correctly. Tigger here on YouTube. Now, she has been going through my old videos. She may have done a search or something and it's come up. But she put a message on Aldi Disney Amigurumi kit unboxing. That's it. Laugh if you're really old crazy, because you know what that means, don't you? I'm trying to cry without laughing. It's just not going to work. And basically, over 2 years ago, I ordered these Aldi Disney kits, and one happens to be for building a snowman. My brain's gone to sleep. I'm trying to block it out. It was basically Elsa and a couple of her friends. So it was the Frozen Frozen kit. Now, I had made the majority of Olaf because I thought that was a safer option. There may also be a kit video somewhere along the lines where I've pulled it all out and complained like there's no tomorrow. That may actually be in that Aldi kit unboxing. I cannot remember. I know somewhere along the lines I probably did do a complete and utter whinge on this box, because nothing's labelled. They've got minute buttons for eyes, minute little eyes for Olaf. Waste of time. The yarn was horrible. The only hook that worked with the yarn was that plastic fantastic thing that they throw on, and the eye on the sewing needle, oh my gosh, doesn't go through. It was an absolute nightmare making Olaf, but here was the easiest pattern to choose out of the box because that had the most amount of yarn. You basically looked in and went, white must be Olaf, pull it out, that should be enough. And then when you got through to Elsa, you look at the pattern and it gives you 2 shades of blue, but of course none of the blues are marked, so you're having to guess which 2 colours they mean out of 4 that are in the box. 4, and you've got to guess 2 of them. So I'm going to pop a photo up now with my guess at where it belonged. And hopefully I got it right. You never know. Alright, okay, so I was chatting to Tigger because she jumped over to Instagram and we started messaging that way. And I was talking her through the amount that I'd done because I had actually already started Elsa over 2 years ago. Now this doll, oh my word, the pattern on this is ridiculous. They've combined a top down with a bottom up and told you to sew it in the middle. Yeah, that bad. There is so many silly mistakes within the written pattern. If I didn't know better, I think it had either been translated by somebody that's never ever read a crochet pattern, or they've just run it through Google in the hope that it's okay. That is literally how bad this pattern is. Now I've got a basic understanding now on shapes, easily got a basic understanding on shapes and how to do different things, and the amount of times I stripped it back, yeah, it was getting ridiculous. It went on timeout 3 times, but it's done. It's finally done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you it in a few seconds, but what I do plan to do is actually do one heck of a whinging video later on. It will be whinging Halloween edition. I'm gonna wear my hair in plaits. Yeah, creepy Angela. Alright, so here is the most ugliest doll I've made in a long time. It's got some cute ears. That's about it. I've had to adjust this amount of hair because it tells you to separate the cheap stock yarn that's easily made in China and the worst thing possible. They tell you to basically separate it into 2 strands. You can't. They also told you to cut 50-30 centimetre when it should have been 30-50 centimetre, and do 2 rows, not 1. I'll explain all that, of course, in the other video that will come out later on in the year when I can be bothered. Because it's not like it's an advertising thing, because hopefully they've sold out of these kits and nobody else is going to be stitched up with them. And I'm still thinking I did do a whingy don't ever buy it, it's the most rubbish thing going video way back 2 years ago. Right, so here she is. Her dress doesn't fit at the top. Her arms are longer than Monkey Boy's, sorry, my husband's. They're actually different lengths. I'm not sure if that's my problem or theirs. Her feet are slightly wonky, so yes, it's my problem. You got to remember, the doll itself is 2 years old. All I've done this week in arguing with this pattern is actually to make the dress. Well, I sewed her arms on, sewed her ears on, sewed her hair, stuck her hair on, and then made the dress. And it's taken me all week, on and off, with it being in timeout. And here she is, the creepiest thing going. I'll put your hair back on. But there she is. Stop flashing. Yeah, would I give this, well, it actually says on the box, and not for play. So basically you spend all that time making it and it's not suitable for the child that you wanted to gift it to. I would clearly state that is because they ask you to glue the hair on. They gave you button eyes, which you could in theory swap out. But it's more than likely the fact that because of this join here, there is a higher chance of it falling apart. She's doing the splits. And the fact that the dress itself, the arms are far too tight. Sorry, the sleeves are far too tight for the arms. That took me quite a long time to get the arms in there. But the idea is that this is meant, they say it's not for play, yet this came all the way down to here, which is past her bum, so that you could put it on, take it on and off. And they even tell you to go up one side and down the other with a single crochet, so that you can add buttons if you wish. Why would you add buttons to the back of a doll that's gonna have that over the top that nobody's ever gonna see, unless they're basically telling you hand it to a kid and let them play? Oh, this yarn is so horrible. Yeah, it's a very scratchy yarn and it's 100% acrylic. It feels more like the Aldi 20% wool, 40 acrylic, 20% wool, what is it, 80% acrylic blend. You know them big cakes, the bigger cakes they have? It feels worse than that for itchiness, and yet that one's got wool in and this hasn't, supposedly. And so yeah, that's what she looks like. There may be others that appear out of the set, because to be honest, I don't want the box anymore. It was falling apart when it arrived, and it's falling apart even more now. So I'm going to make them up, but as I said, it'll be for a Halloween special. I can't wait. So now that one's done, I'm going to finish off Olaf this evening and then tackle the other sister next week. If I'm sitting rocking in my chair next Sunday, you know why. Okay, so last Saturday, it was actually my dad's birthday. So me, Rob, our youngest daughter, and of course Liam jumped in the car and travelled from the southwest to the southeast of England to go and visit Grandad, or should I say my dad, and mum. Sorry, yeah. So go visit dad and mum. Now, I was arranging with my sister to all go out for a family meal. So there was going to be my sister, my new brother-in-law, who I finally got to meet, because they had the wedding during COVID. So for us to go, it would have actually broken a few rules. So we didn't actually get to go to the wedding. But I finally got to meet him. Oh, he's a diamond geezer. Southeasters will understand, and them Londoners. Then of course I got to catch up with my eldest and her boyfriend, and of course my mum and dad. So in total there was 9 of us around the dinner table. Now, rather than leaving Liam at home at my parents' house, which my mum's worried because the dog's no longer there, she thinks that my dog's going to be a little cantankerous toe rag and trash the place. So rather than leaving him there, we took him round to his friend Hero's house, who now lives a lot closer to where my parents are, which meant then he could have a play date. And now Hero and him are the same age, okay? They're both rescues, both from different places in the world, and they met each other when Hero came over, because he was the second dog to come into the country. So they'd met up and they'd got on really, really well when Hero was younger and smaller. I'm laughing, you'll understand why when I show you the picture in a moment. But each time we've gone down, it's been brilliant. The two boys play beautifully together, and it's like no time has gone past for them. It's really so cute. Now, we were talking to his owner in the car on the way down, going, any chance of a play date? And he was like, yeah, not a problem. But I'm not sure. Are the boys still going to get on? And we're like, well, we'll test it out. If the boys get on, then we'll leave him for a play date. If not, we'll think of something else. Or my mum will have to deal with it. And I promised to clean my mum's house if he was a trash goblin. He's never been a trash goblin, but there's always the first time, isn't there? So we've taken him to our friend's house, and it was a new house because they've recently moved, so Liam didn't know the area at all. So we've got him out of the car, he's had a wee outside, and then they've opened the door, and Hero's standing at the door. Liam's just looked up. You can guess, this dog's a little bigger than Liam. He looked up, the tail went up, started wagging, he's gone down at the front for his play bell, and so was Hero. And now Hero's meant to be, for his breed, he's becoming an old man, and we're not too sure how many more years he's got, because he is a big breed dog. So all of a sudden, this old man that's been pottering around the house and doesn't like going on walks anymore bows down, turns his tush, wiggles at Liam, and runs into the lounge. And so of course we've gone in, we've let the boys off, they're running backwards and forwards in the lounge. It's just too much. We opened the back door, it was chucking it down with rain. Hero won't go out in the rain. Liam did. He ran out and enticed Hero out. So the two of them were running around like puppies in the rain. It was so cute. It was a bit of a mess, but thankfully our friends don't have carpets, they have a wooden floor, so it's easy to clean up. Now the boys were getting on a storm, absolute storm. And so after a couple of hours there, me and Mr. Crazy and our daughter all plodded off for dinner with Grandad. So we all had an absolutely lovely meal. It was an all-you-can-eat Chinese. And this is why the brother-in-law fits so well. He challenged me to the plate game. For any of you that don't know, the plate game is basically how many plates can you eat through before the staff member removes the empties. We didn't do too bad. It was a draw. We were safe. There was no arguments. had an absolutely lovely meal with everybody, and then of course we popped back, grabbed Liam, and then drove home. We left at about 9:30 in the morning and got back at about 2 in the morning. Yeah, there's no way we could have left Liam for that long, even with a friend. That if a friend popped in to let him out, we wouldn't really do that. But the good thing is that because Liam and Hero still get on really well, their owners, Hero's owners, have got no worries with us popping him round there for play dates every time we go down to visit the family. Yes. So we'll be popping back in a couple of weekends time to take him out for a meal as a thank you, and let Liam and Hero have another play date. Now for cute pictures. Okay, so and now for some good news, because we all know Angie likes to spread the good news gossip. Okay, now last month or the month before, I told you that our gorgeous Louisa at the Secret Yarn Stash was closing her doors to selling yarn, and that she was still going to be selling some of it over on her Facebook group. So that's what she's been doing this last month, but she has now launched the new, you heard right, new venture. Yay! Now the links to these will be in the description box down below. There is no affiliate to this for me, but go and have a nose, because postage for this stuff is open worldwide. You heard me right, worldwide. Now she has a Facebook group, as I said, but it's now changed. It's now the Secret Yarn Stash merch. You heard right, it's merch for us knitters and crocheters. She's got some absolutely stunning bits and pieces there, which I will discuss with you later on in the week in another video. But if you want to have a nose and get in quick and get your orders, of course the link to her Facebook page and the link to Instagram is in the description box down below. That's where you'll find out all the information that you need, and of course links to the website, which will probably be down there as well. Now of course Louisa has been a beautiful supporter of this channel when she had her yarn shop, so of course I'm going to carry on shouting the girl out. Now in there is t-shirts and other clothing items for men, women and kids, as well as tote bags and other bits and pieces. If it can be printed on, it's probably going to be in that shop at some point or another. But there is a secret place within that website where you can actually print your own designs onto the merchandise that she carries on the shop. So if you've got a creative person in your family, or you just want to, I don't know, have a bag with a photograph, an image that your child has drawn when they were little, scan it in and get over to there, and of course you'll be able to pop it onto a bag. That would be so cool. Imagine the presents that the kids could end up making for different family members. There's even the opportunity to do a jigsaw puzzle or two. Now quite a while ago now I ran a little draw on Whips, Bits and Chat 161, which was to name the little rabbit that I'd made and sent over to Miss C Cottage. Oh, my brain went to sleep then. Okay, now what I asked you for in that video was the name of the rabbit. Now there was a number that had appeared in her ears, so she was called 7. So I didn't have too many comments actually come up on that video, so I looked through them all and entered all the names into a spinning wheel. So if you wrote the number 7 as a word or the shape oh sorry, the shape, oh, whichever way round it goes. There we go. Oh my dyslexic brain worked well then. Yeah, your name's on here. Now you've got a chance of either winning a where was it, something in a box if you're in the UK, or you can choose to opt out of that and go for a digital downloaded pattern, whether that be one of the winner only patterns or one of the patterns over on the Ravelry shop. That means you've got a choice of about 40 patterns to go through. So when the winner comments, tell me, are you looking for clothing or a blanket? Give a girl a chance so that she can cut down the list a little bit on the names of the patterns and descriptions needed. Right, anyway, on the list we've got a Jay, we got a Joe, we got a Dinky, we got a Steve, we got a Sharon, we got a Smurfy, we got a Crafty Moo, and we got a Ninja. Okay, now as I said, I looked through, I couldn't find the number 7 or the word 7 on any of the other comments on there, and there wasn't actually a great deal of comments that came through. Bananas. So it was from a month ago. Sorry, I was just looking here. Right, so let's see if I can get this spinning wheel to work. Come on. Sorry about that, hubby disturbed me. Alright, so let's get this wheel up and going. Where are we? Spin. That button brings it up. Right, you've got your name's on there twice. Okay, so there we go. There is the wheel with everybody's name on. So ready, steady, good luck everybody. Oh, you are joking. Got to send a box. It's alright, Ninja. Congratulations, you jammy toe rag. Right, Ninja, you know what to do. Make sure you leave that comment. Fire me over an email. And we'll sort out whether you want one of me dodgy patterns or whether you want a box of me tatty stuff from under the counter that I didn't want. We'll work it out. So remember, Ninja, stick that comment in the comment section as normal. Find me over an email or annoy me on Facebook. And you got 7 days. I'm gonna be a strict woman. Okay. Congratulations once again, darling. Eek, have you seen it? Courtney's Fiberfox Studios has got a new tutorial out for her latest pattern, which is a cushion. But I've got to finish this one first. It would have been done if I hadn't gone to Australia. This is going to be a oh, what do you call them? A record bag, you know, like the wide ones with the flippy over. It's going to be one of them. So keep an eye out in the next couple of weeks for a video where I'm going to talk you through the process that I've used to make this bag, and so that you can adapt maybe the latest pattern that Courtney's put up, or of course one of the other ones that she's got, because she got lots now. So yeah, you could incorporate that pattern or one of the other ones to make a bag as well. So what I'll do is, as long as I can get it finished this week, I will either be putting photos on at the end or I'll just show you. If not, I'll show you next weekend. But it's just to give you another idea on what you could do with Courtney's patterns, and of course even down to that dodgy one that I've got on my stitch a week, which is the cactus. I'm sorry I haven't got it to hand, but yeah, the cactus, you could use that pattern as well. Right, so now it's time for the bestest bit of the video, which is your photographs. This is the bit I actually love recording and really look forward to, is where you guys, if you fancy it, send in photographs of any of the patterns that you've made that are on this channel, that are mine basically, any of them, whether they are the tutorials on the channel, or of course if you've purchased the pattern from Ravelry, because of course there are a couple of patterns over on Ravelry that haven't made it here, like that ginormous tiger blanket and of course this jumper. Right, so first one up this week is another yarn. I was waiting with bated breath for these photographs to come through, because I'd already got to sneak a peek, because she'd already shown everybody that's already one of her channel members. Her link will be down below, so of course if you want to pop over and watch her channel, the link's down there, so you can just jump straight over. Okay, so what she's chosen to do is go up yarn and hook size. She's swapped to cotton and she is turning them into washcloths, which she is donating to, I believe, a military charity. And of course, because of the way that some of them can be wrapped up, like this here, and the lavender that's tied up there, because of the way they can be wrapped up, she thinks that, and I think it's a good idea as well, that it looks really pretty in a little box with other bits and pieces. So she's sending in a ginormous stuffy envelope full of different washcloths, not just ones based off of my pattern, but she's got some absolutely gorgeous ones that she's done. She's had a go at the roses, she's had a go at the lavender, and she's also had a go at the daisy. So come on, let's have a nose at her pictures. And the next set of pictures are from our cheeky Dinky Crafts Jennifer. Again, her link is down in the description box. She's had a go at the lavender one this week. She's already done the roses. Wonder how she's doing with the daisy. But let's have a look at her lavender. I think it's super cute. Now this last photograph completely and utterly wowed me, shocked me. Lots of all them extra feelings that I haven't had for such a long time. Now this photograph was from Vickie. Now Vickie did pop a comment on one of my older videos, which was from the Stitch Week number 25, which is the mosaic cactus. So she did pop a comment on there sort of saying what's the multiples and all of that, but at the time I just landed in Australia and I'm like, I can't help, I need it in front of me, and I didn't of course have any of my extra bits and pieces with me because I'd packed so quick. So I was about to sit down basically and fire her over an email in response to sort of say this is the multiples, whatever, and instead she beat me to it and sent me this photo. It's amazing, isn't it? I was in so much shock because I've never seen that pattern and done with that many repeats going across or up. I've never seen a blanket with it. I've only ever seen little coasters and I think maybe a placemat, but never anything as large as that blanket, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Now Vickie has said that she wants to do an enclosed border on it. There is an enclosed border, I believe, on the coaster pattern itself that you can of course upscale for that blanket, honey. If not, give me a nudge and I will find the appropriate video over on Courtney at Fiberfox Studios on her channel, because of course me and her worked in unison with this one. She's got a little cactus and I did the larger one and said to her, is this copying? And she said no, run with it. So but yeah, if you need some extra assistance in finding how to do the envelope border for that, then please give me a nudge, as I'm now back in the UK and my brain is working 5% of the day. Right, that's it for me for today. Thank you ever so much for watching and commenting in the comment section down below. I love reading your comments, remember. Right, I'm going to head off now. I will see you all really soon. So please remember, stay chilled, stay happy and keep crafting. Goodbye everybody.